Hi, and welcome back to my channel. Thank you for watching every single episode. Today we will speak about the Canadian visa, which is the most maybe required questions about coming to Canada. We are not speaking about immigration visa now. We're speaking about visitor visas. There are some we say temporary visas, which giving to temporary uh, like for work permit, work or study. We'll not speak about that. We'll speak about temporary stay, which is around 6 months in Canada maximum, which we called it visa. According to the website, again, I would like to bring the website as I love always. Stay in Canada as a visitor. So here is from the website of the Canadian government. Let's speak about the requirement for a visa. Every single person who want to apply for a visa, he needs to know the reason why he applies for the visa. There is a family visa. For example, you would like to visit your relatives, your daughter, your son, your grandparents, your cousins. It's okay. It's called a family visa. So this is to visit your sister, your brother. This is called a family visa. The second one, it's called a business visa. You apply for it when you want to conduct a business meetings, conference, whatever. You can't work with this visa, but you can come, make negotiation, contract, sign things, maybe learn some ideas and do them back home. This is called a business visa. And the last one, it's a tourism visa or tourist visa, which is to come here as a tourist. All these visas allow you to stay a maximum of 6 months in Canada, except if the officer wanted you to stay less than that, he will indicate that in the application or tell you at when you enter if he doesn't come not convinced with your visit. So most of the time it's 6 months maximum. You have to leave the country, and the Canadian visa now is a multiple. So usually they give you a period of a year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, depends on the situation and the country you are from and your passport validity. So most of the time it's more than a year. So it's a multiple visa. You can go and come as much as you can, as you don't overstay in Canada. So let's see what we need to apply for a visitor visa. Okay. Regardless of the kind of visa, it's a family, business, or a tourism, you need to apply for the visa online or in paper. Most of the people now apply online. After you apply, you submit your documents, you pay your fees, which around $200, actually 100 something, $80, I would say around 200. Then they will study your documents. If they accept it, they will ask you to make a fingerprints if you didn't have in the past 10 years. If you had one, you don't need to redo it. But if you didn't fingerprints, you go to do it in the back centers. Then after that, you can, they will ask you to send your passport, and they will put a paper or a sticker with a visa on your passport and send it back to you. This is the procedures. Let's take in details what we need to do for this procedure. So we need to make the application online. You need to fill several forms. Some of them, and the most important, is the IMM 5257. Remember them, IMM Immigration 5257. And remember, please, after you fill the form, validate the form. There is a button where you say validate. When you do validate, it check all the application. If you miss a place which is mandatory and you didn't, it will tell you. If it validated, it will tell you in the top, it's validated, validate, okay. And if you go down, you will see an extra page was generated with a barcodes. So if you don't have this barcode, please check there is a mistake or problem in your application, because if you don't have barcode, visa will be rejected. Then another application is called Family Information, which is IMM 5707. Then a release of personal information, IMM 5475. These are the most important. There are maybe some others, depend on the way of or the application you're applying for. But these are the most important application forms you need to fill. Then you need a valid passport for more than 6 months of your intended stay in Canada, which means if you want to come from October to December, okay, and you want to leave in the end of December, so you need a valid passport until the end of June of the next year. So you need 6 months after your intention of leaving Canada, not intention of your entry, because you could stay 6 months and your passport expire during your stay, and you will say, oh, okay, I want to renew it. My country does not, do it in days, so I need 3 months to do it. No, they want 6 months of your intended exit or departure of this country. Then you need the bank statements showing that you have enough money in your bank to come and stay in Canada. People asking how much money I need, and this is very important questions. You need enough money, guys. That's you can depend on the purpose of your visit. If you're coming as a tourist and you show that you have $3,000 in your bank account, 100% the visa officer will reject you. Like, think about it. You have a $3,000, okay? That's all what you have in your bank account. You want to come here, you will pay $1,500 for the ticket, $1,000 for the accommodation or hotels, and $5 maybe $500 for food. Okay, how much money you stayed, how much you have at least to come back home. So you need something reasonable. I would say 20, 30,000, always good money to have in your bank account to show that you are really capable of going there, enjoy yourself. It's not a cheap country. It's very expensive to live in Canada. Hotel is around $200 a day. So if you stay 10 days, it's $2,000, If you come to visit your children, that's different scenario. If you come for a congress or conference with 2-3 days, that's another third scenario. So it depends on how much, what you want to do and how much you can spend here. So estimate the amount. You need, in many cases, invitation letter. This invitation letter could be from a family member. It could be from the conference. It could be from a university, from a company. It could be from anybody, okay? The invitation letter, it's not a guarantee way to get your visa. It's always important to know when you give an invitation letter and when you don't. Like many people ask me, I have a friend in Canada and he will write me an invitation letter. It's not always good to write an invitation letter. Sometimes if your friend sitting here on a welfare and he's invited, or example, your brother came here to Canada and he claimed asylum in the airport. He's a refugee now in Canada. He's living on a welfare. He's living in the shelter, and he's writing you an invitation letter. Do you think the officer will give you the opportunity to come and visit him? I don't think so. So it depends on the person who's sending it. And again, it's not a guarantee. So you have to write a good invitation letter. If you want examples, you can find a lot on the internet. Most of we have several examples on the Canadian government websites. You can download them from there. It's easy. You don't need to notarize it. You don't need to stamp it. You need just to show what is your status in Canada, the inviters. So if he's Canadian citizen or permanent resident, he wants to show that and show his address and phone number. Then you need a travel history. Travel history, it always helps, but it's not a mandatory. If you have travel history to Europe, to United States, and you never overstay there, it will help you. If you have a travel history to like tourist countries like Egypt, Turkey, Greece, like all these, Italy, for example, India, whatever. If you have a travel history, write it down because it will help. It will show the officer that you are really a good tourist. You go visit and come back. But if you don't, I don't want to say it hurts, but it's really you have to make the officer believe that you are a genuine tourist and you want to visit. Like if you're visiting your family, that's a different case. But if you're visiting Canada for purpose of tourism, you will think, okay, he lives in Libya, and Egypt is more tourist country than Canada, so why he didn't visit Egypt, for example, or Europe if he can? So that's it's closer, more tourist attractions. Then, and this is the most I want to emphasize on this. I left it to the end because it's very, 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 very important. Okay, the travel plan. It's a document you write in a Word document and you sign it. It's a document you write, and I will tell you, 90% of people applying for visa get rejected because they don't have good travel plan or none. They don't put a travel plan or explanation of travel. This is a letter you write to the officer telling him first why you want to visit Canada, when you want to visit Canada, and where you want to go. Okay, go and stay. So these are three components. In the first paragraph you write them. Then the second paragraph, it shows the tie to your home country. So why you want to come back after you finish your visit to Canada? Why you want to come back to visit to back your country? Your family, you have business, you have lands, you have education, you are studying in the university, your parents are sick and you want to take care of them as usual, but you have this opportunities to go and see all these ties to be back home. I will show you now rejection letters. I think I have it somewhere, or just find it. And this rejection letters really, really indicate why people get rejected. Okay. Yep. So let me finish with my points, and then I will share with you the. Here it is. Share screen. Yes. So as you see here, it says that we do not like blah blah blah. The rejection was according to regulation. I'm refusing your application because you have not established that you will leave Canada based on these factors. This is the most common. This is the most common reason that people are rejected. And here's the purpose of your visit to Canada is not considered with a temporary stay, giving that you have provided in the application. He didn't say that he will leave. You have limited employment possibilities. So in these letters, you can write like, I am working in a company, and this company give you a letter that they are waiting for you because you have high responsibility, and they are happy that you are leaving for a vacation, and they know that it will release the stress, and you will come back with like fresh blood, blah blah blah. Like you have submitted documents, lack of authenticity, so they don't believe that this application have a credibility. So these are very important things to write in this letter. Then, as you said, you write first when, why, where, and when you will visit Canada. Then 2, your tie back to your home. 3, the money situation. Who will pay for your vacation or for your visit? How you will spend the money? You have enough money or not? You already have a good financial establishment. So it's very important. Then 4, you have to write the document list. Make it easy to the officer. He will be happy, right? I submitted IMMM 5257, then IMMM 5707, then IMMM 5775 or 5475. Then a photo of my copy, a digital photo of myself, an employment letters, CV, my profile, my invitation letters, a conference letter, whatever. Write it down in a bold. So what did you submit? And the last things, the strength in your application. You think about yourself. You're an officer. Why, as an officer, I want to give this guy the visa? Why do you want to grant him a visa? Like my case is strong because I have a strong family tie back home, and this conference in Canada will give me a knowledge about, for example, ABC technology, which I will apply it in my job in this ACCC company, and that will for sure raise my salary and make the company stronger, which I will be more happy. Something like that. Okay. So these are very important things about the application. If you want to stay with our or subscribe to our channel, you will see in the next episode we will talk about some mistakes you made and why most of these visas are rejected. See you in the next episode and wish you all the best.